So we're sitting here now. The world looks like a very dangerous place. Our government apparently can't even see and comprehend and articulate that reducing Iran's capacity to wage war will make the world a safer place. And we're insisting that 2% of GDP on defence is all we need to do, hiding the reality that as you and I sit here now, our defence capability is in decline. We are less powerful now than we were a few years ago. And we will continue to decline in effectiveness for some years. It's complete balderdash to try and imply that we put another 10 billion in and that's going to make a difference. Our capability right now is increasingly irrelevant and increasingly less reassuring. That's the reality, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think that's happened because the current government that we have isn't thinking about what are the threats and what kind of capabilities do we need and what contributions ought we to make to collective efforts. It's thinking more about what can we get away with. So how much do we need to spend to keep AUKUS on the books, even if we don't produce any submarines or weapons? How do we manage American expectations or lower American expectations and get by? So it's not talking about, how do we actually protect ourselves, which is what defence policy ought to be. It is just how do we manage external expectations and keep current or pre-existing agreements like AUKUS on the books, right? So it's fundamentally almost a sort of policy or political game for them. It's not so much about what Australia needs to or ought to do as a nation in the defence space.
Now, we celebrate every Anzac Day and at other times when we stop to think about it, the reality that we stand on the shoulders of very brave people who stood up. Their legacy, in other words, makes them heroes. And in the context of what you've just said, those who are in the thick of government at the moment will be worried as their political careers come to something of an end about their legacy. Do you think they're stopping to think about how trashed their legacy will be, how loathed they will be by future Australians if something goes wrong and they'd ignored all the warnings and all the expert advice, because it is everywhere at the moment, including from former greats from the Labor Party like Kim Beazley, that we need to do more. Their own defence reviews, everything's showing it. They talk about these being the most dangerous times since the 1930s. What do they think their legacy will look like if something does go wrong?